Alright, listen, I know you want the tech news. We got Intel coming in with some new stuff. We have AMD. This is the wrong set of audio. One moment, let's get better audio.
That's better. All right, let's get into it. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe so you're in the know for future content. And if you like this kind of content, make sure to give it a like. If you're curious about stuff ahead of time, make sure to join me on Twitch. I'm live every Tuesday and Friday. Link is going to be down below. But I'd say, let's get into it, shall we? Let's find out what's behind the curtain of Intel. First up we got is Tesla and AMD joining forces, with AMD now powering their Tesla arcade system. So guess what? The most expensive console is no longer what you think it might be. It is now a Tesla car. So you got your $300 console, your $400 console, 5, 6, whatever, and now you have your $80K console that can drive around. Fantastic. It's running Navi 23 GPU, and it has 32 compute units, 2048 stream processors, at least 2.4 gigahertz, and 8 gigs of GDDR6 with 128-bit memory bus. It's going to be give or take the Series S, and you'll be able to hook into it using both HDMI and DisplayPort. So it's going to be using your typical display connector. So it's going to be very handy if you want to change things up or not. And this is new for Tesla's 2021 models. Please do not play video games and drive at the same time, for the love of God. Next up, we have more AMD news with possible RDNA 3 rumors. Ashes of the Singularity, there is a couple of benchmarks that some people managed to dig up and find with said GPUs called Nashira Summit, which could be possible RDNA 3 or might be a lower end RDNA 2. Currently, we're not sure at the moment, but if it is RDNA 3, it's possible that it could be an MCM design that we've been hearing rumor mill about of late, which would, MCM, for those who are unsure of what that means, is multi-chip module design. So it's almost running like a dual GPU on one PCB, kind of like how they used to do it before Polaris. The dual GPUs designs of years past, you know what I'm referring to, those ones. So we possibly could see the resurrection, not exactly of Crossfire per se, but internal dual GPU designs. So looking forward to that. Unfortunately, they ran custom benchmarks, so we can't do an A/B comparison of what we currently have to see what the actual performance is. So we'll have to stay tuned for that. More GPU news, however, so don't worry, there's more. Unfortunately, what also there's more of is price increases, unfortunately. According to Kit Guru, we might potentially be seeing a price increase, not in this case due to supply-demand curves or tariffs or other things that have been affecting the price in the past. Now we have one more variable that's affecting things, and that is the cost of VRAM, the cost of GDDR5 and GDDR6. So that's affecting both lower end and mid-tier graphics cards. The prices of those are going up. So it's unknown currently how much more they're going up. Currently at like 25% increase at the moment over MSRP, so who knows how far this will end up pushing things now. And we'll also have no idea how it will affect the supply chain as well, so it might be even harder to get GPUs on top of it. So we have that supply-demand curve getting affected as well. We'll have to see what happens, but that goes into effect, well, as soon as you're watching this. So welcome to February, ladies and gentlemen. It's a doozy. And we have more for you, this time from Intel, but it's still GPU related, funny enough. A lot of GPU news this week. We have Intel is finally revealing their GPUs, their dedicated GPUs. We've been waiting for them for years. It's about time, except only OEMs. The DG1 that actually not a whole lot of us been looking forward to. Some of us have because we're looking forward to seeing more competition in the industry, but it's only being given to OEMs. So OEMs would be along the lines of like HP, Dell, Lenovo, those guys, the bigger guys. It seems kind of like an oddball, honestly. It's like it's running really oddball VRAM. It's running LPDDR4X. So it's a really strange memory choice. It's also 80 execution units, so it's pretty small, honestly. The DG1 will be a little bit better than their current integrated Iris graphics, but it's going to be about equivalent to what they have on their later offerings this year from Alder Lake. So it's going to be about the same thereabout. Probably means that this is more aimed at people who just need a video output versus trying to do major computation. That's probably going to be saved for the DG2 and the DG3. Current AIB options for these new Intel GPUs, that's really weird to say, I'm not gonna lie, is Asus. And that's actually the only one that we know for certain. There was a rumor that it was going to be Colorful, but Colorful came out and did a statement saying, hey, yeah, that's not our GPU, because there were two GPUs shown. There was a single slot passive one and then a dual slot, like dual fan design one. A lot of people thought it was Colorful. It was not, unfortunately. So unknown who the other AIBs will be, but Asus is definitely embracing it and running with it. And we'll see where it takes us. In more Intel news, this time not GPU related, we're actually going to CPU related subjects. We're going to talk about the 11900KF, so the one without the GPU. For those who don't remember, the F series doesn't have the integrated graphics, where the regular K series or non-letter designated tends to still have the integrated graphic. We have someone who managed to get a hold of one early, managed to have a pre-production sample to work on, I would assume, overclocking or whatever for competitions. They ended up finding out that their 11900KF was running 98 degrees Celsius with a 360 AIO, which little tiny bit on the hot side, just a little bit. It's like, well, maybe it was running things a little too, running it a little too hard. The voltage seems relatively reasonable, running at a 1.325, which is within reasonable range. Putting a lot of heat, shouldn't be doing that. So hopefully this is just a fluke. Hopefully it's a lemon, and this is not the case for the regular production samples, but that's hot. And that's it. That's all she wrote. That's everything we got for the, this shot. I like, hold on. There you go, much better. Anyways, that's all we got for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below, and if you're curious about any of the reasons why I chose what I did, or you just want a place to hang out or ask questions, make sure to join me on Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Friday, and the link is down below in the description. And that's all. Have a great day or night wherever you guys are. I'll see you guys in the next piece of content. The hell you actually called? Tesla Arcade. Brain. I forgot things. Brain, work please, so I can finish this take, for the love of God. Thank God for editing.